Hello everybody, Matthew here. YouTube followers, Medicated Vision Tricks is how y'all know me. But man, I wanted to bring. It's Friday. It's about 6:30. Just had dinner with the folks. Mom, Dad, and even Jenny came over. My sister came over for dinner, which is really nice. You know, she got her own place. She's in college. She's just about to graduate college, but. Anyway, yeah, we all had a really nice dinner together, like old times, all four of us. It was nice. My dad came. I'm in barber school, obviously. Well, not obviously, but if you don't know, I'm in barber school. My dad came in for a haircut and a shave today. You know, chopped him up, shaved him up. It's looking really nice. Man, I'm getting my talents on point. But I really wanted to make this video not for my normal YouTube fan base, but for my family that only gets to see me through Facebook, because I don't live near any of my family. I live very removed from everybody. I mean, I have family up in Chicago, I have family in Virginia Beach, I have family in Florida, I have family in a lot of family in Tennessee, but I'm here in Tucson, Arizona, and it's me and my folks. You know, I'm very blessed to have my folks here and my sister, but my sister's about to graduate from the U of A. I'm about to graduate barber school. I'm not about to, but I'm going to graduate barber school within the year. So, yeah, there's a lot of exciting things going on. But like I said, I wanted to make this video for the people who don't get to really see me a lot and follow me, but that I know care about me. And you know, there's a point in my life where if anybody, I'm just going to put this out there. Anybody who, you know, is on my friends list or that's going to see this video, I don't mind knowing some things about me. So, you know, I figure honesty is the best policy, but most of my family and most of the people viewing this already know my history. So, you know what it is. You know, I've struggled with addiction for all of my life. You know, there's some traumatic events that happened a long time ago and then not so long ago. I mean, they've kind of been peppered throughout my life, but there's been several, and those I won't get into detail, but, you know, I don't want to blame them, but one thing led to another, and I ended up becoming a very dependent person on substances. And so, you know, I battled with that for over a decade, you know, from the time I was 12 years old. I'm 25 now. I just barely have a year sober, just over a year sober. Thank God. And I don't believe in God as, you know, the personification of, like, the Christianity view and whatever, but I do believe in a higher power and a spiritual force that drives this universe. So you can call it God. I don't have a name for it because God just seems too simplistic. But for now, that'll do. You know, not religious. I don't believe in organized religion, but I believe in spirituality, and I believe that there's something out there. But anyway, I just wanted to update you guys. So, here's what's going on in my life as of today. Number one, you will notice this. This, if, you know, any of my family is watching that is, you know, not familiar with it, you know, my aunts, uncles, grandpas, grandmas, whatever, those that I have left, you know, if you're not familiar with this, I'm sure you've heard of e-cigs. Well, this is quote-unquote e-cig. It's not really. It's really we want to call them. The community's trying to get them called personal vaporizers because there's nothing related to a cigarette about it. There's no tobacco in it. There's none of the chemicals that are in cigarettes. There's nothing. A cigarette is plant matter rolled up in paper and combusted and burned. This is completely different. This is all USP grade, pharmaceutical grade, you know, studied chemical, whatever the propaganda leads you to believe. There is, I can count 4 ingredients, and I make my very own juice blend to vape, so I know exactly what's going into it. I don't have to question it even. So, not saying that there may be some unreputable juice vendors out there that cut corners, but I know, me personally, I make my own juice. I know exactly what I'm vaping. And it's all USP grade, it's all, you know, food grade, and it's all been studied to some degree, and it's all safe. say it's been proven in several journals to be at least 90% less harmful than cigarettes. There's no known carcinogens whatsoever in these, at least in the blends that I make. So, you know, anyway, this has been a lifesaver. I almost died from a respiratory infection about a year ago. You know, that's what prompted me to move to Tucson, and I'm sure most of my family knows, but that's what prompted me to get clean and to move to Tucson. Was I ended up in the hospital coughing up blood for the better part of 8 weeks, over 2 months pretty much. And yeah, I was bad, man. I was really bad. So I went into the hospital. I detoxed there. I was homeless. I was living on the street. And I don't mean I was couch surfing and like crashing at different friends' places. I mean I was on the street like homeless. So like living outside of the shelter, not even in the shelter. Like homeless shelters are a joke. There's no such thing as a homeless shelter because the last thing they do is shelter you from anything. I mean, I was exposed to the elements every single night, but I won't get into that. But anyway, it's just something God put this illness into my life. I woke up one morning on the concrete and there was a puddle of blood next to my head where I had been coughing and drooling blood all night coming out of my lungs. And I said, oh my God, I felt weak and I felt like I was going to die. And one of my friends, well, not really a friend, but I guess I could call him a friend because they called the ambulance for me. It was another homeless cat that I knew that I actually used with, but he called the ambulance for me, and I went to the hospital, St. Dominican in Santa Cruz, California, and they took care of me. For being a homeless kid off the street, they took really good care of me. And I owe my life to them because I wouldn't have survived this infection. It started out as pneumonia. It was way past pneumonia when I got there. It was in the advanced stages of an extreme infection that had already carved a 15 millimeter crater into my left lower lung. It's all just eaten away. I still have nothing but scar tissue and a bit of a divot in a big part of that lower lobe of my lung. But anyway, so this has saved me from cigarettes, okay? I definitely would have died from lung cancer, emphysema, one of those. Number 2, methadone program. Give a fuck what... I'm sorry, family seeing this. I care what anybody could say. I don't care what anybody could say. Methadone saved my life, okay? A lot of people misuse it. I didn't. I followed the doctor's directions. I actually think they kind of overprescribe me, because, yeah, they make money off of it, obviously. Big Pharma is Big Pharma. It's a racket, but at the same time, they can help if you know what you're doing. So, I'm tapering on my own. I'm getting off of it, but without it, I never would have made it, I don't think. And number 3, I've cut out all of these negative influences in my life. I moved out away from everything. I came to my parents' house, and I filled my life with positive things, with school, with music, with whatever with jobs. I've had 2 jobs since I've been here. Anything I could find that just had me feeling good about myself, you know. Because before I had to put something in my arm, I had to put something in my lungs, I had to put something in my body to make me feel that I could even tolerate living, you know, and that's just real talk. Excuse me. So anyway, I'm gonna sip of this strawberry lemonade. I'm really, I'm so glad that my parents gave me this last chance, and I'm grasping it for all I can. I'm milking it for all it's worth. Man, I'm 4 months into a 10-month barber school program. I'm excelling. I'm doing well. My average there is like a 97 out of 100 as far as the written work goes. My haircuts, like I said, I just cut my dad up today. He looks sharp, man. I'm getting better. I really am. I'm going to pass state board. I'm going to get my barber's license, and I'm going to be a good barber. One day I will have a shop, and it will have my name on it, and I will have something to pass down, hopefully to my kids, if I ever have kids. But I will have something with my name on it to become a legacy for me, and that's my dream. I don't want to leave this earth with nothing to remember me by. You know, and that's basically what it comes down to. Up until this point, I've been kind of a disappointing life. You know, a bit of a waste of life, if you will. But lately, since I've been clean, since I've been clear-headed, since I've been doing positive things, I've brought a lot of joy into people's lives, directly and indirectly, and I know that, and I can feel it, man, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. It's not like I'm a saint or I go out of my way to do amazing things, but just my family seeing me do well makes them feel good, and that makes me feel good, so it makes me want to keep doing good. So anyway, guys, I hope you all see this. I hope everybody sees this, my friends, my family, everybody. If you're going through a hard time, dude, we're all human, man. I've went through the hardest time forever, man. I was on the street for over a year, like in a tent city, man. And look where I am now, you know. Wearing polo shirts. Just got back from barber school. I got a nice lineup, a nice taper. I'm looking fresh. I got everything I could ever need. You know, I'm not spoiled. You know, I don't have, you know, a car. I don't have a lot of things, but the things that I do have are more than sufficient and more than enough to make me content with my life. You know, I got people that care about me, man, and that's the biggest thing, is that I got people that love me, and I know that for a fact. I don't have fake fair-weather friends who are there when I got a hit and not when I don't. I got people who are there whether I'm up, down, left, or right. And that's, man, there's nothing in the world that can replace that feeling. So I'm going to drop the mic on that one. Yeah, that's right. I like to chuck big clouds with my vape, but believe me, there's vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, both of which are used in hospitals and fog machines, so they both get breathed routinely. No side effects. There is nicotine in it, I will say that, but nicotine by itself is not necessarily harmful. You know, in low doses, it causes absolutely no long-term or short-term damage. It's the thousands of carcinogens in cigarettes and the combustion of plant matter that kills you, or gives you lung irritation, emphysema, COPD, lung cancer, all those things. It's the actual tobacco plant itself, not the nicotine. So this is pure extracted nicotine in USP scientific grade vegetable glycerin and propylene glycol, and those are all the ingredients. That's it. And some food-grade flavoring, you know, which is used in everything you will ever ingest, ever. So, you know, take those 4 ingredients versus thousands in a cigarette. You know, say what you will about vaping, but all I can do is listen to my body. And in the year that I've quit vaping, I feel like a completely new man, like a completely new person. So please, don't listen to the propaganda. Don't listen to the government, because you know what it is? They want you to think that vaping is that this right here is funded by Big Tobacco. This is not. Big Tobacco hates this. This right here is Big Tobacco's biggest wallet breaker. They're losing money because of these small companies making these vape products so people can get off of the tobacco products. The things you see behind the counter at the gas stations that look like cigarettes, but they're they're real electronic cigarettes, those are made by Philip Morris and R.J. Reynolds and Winston-Salem and those companies, and they're made to be terrible. You know, I've tried them. They're gross. They're nasty, and they're made to be bad so that you go back to normal cigarettes. These, on the other hand, are satisfying. They deliver the nicotine you want with an amazing flavor, no nasty smell, burning, or anything. I mean, when I smoke this when I vape this in somebody's car, they're like, wow, that smells good. That's like an air freshener, you know, instead of like, oh, that smells like an ashtray. So, I mean, I'm just saying, and I can run now. I can move around and play it not and go, you know what I mean? And I couldn't do that when I smoked. So, there's no big fucking secret there. You know, you can throw all the bullshit statistics you want at me, Big Pharma and Big Tobacco, but I can listen to my body and tell that this is a million times better than the bullshit murdering products that y'all put out. You know what I mean? And if you want to smoke, that's cool. You know, go ahead and smoke. But just know that you're caught up in the grips of something evil, and it will kill you. You know what I mean? And you know that. We all know that. This is 2016, but Yet the fact that people are still smoking, the fact that I still smoked, I started smoking at 12 years old, dude. What does that say? I didn't quit until I was 24. That's 12 years of smoking, and I'm only 25 years old. That's like half my life. Jesus Christ. All I can say is quitting smoking is probably one of the better things I've ever done for myself. I might even be better than quitting heroin, because heroin is, you know, you may OD one day, you may not, or you may live your life as a junkie, but it's going to be a shitty quality of life. But smoking will kill you, no matter what. I've learned that. God rest her soul, Grandma Bobby, I love you. You know, but, and Uncle Tom, and it's just, the list goes on, but anyway, I kind of went on a rant here, but I wanted to let everybody know how well I'm doing. I'm kicking ass at barber school. I'm not working at the moment. I was working, but I go to 48 hours a week to school, so it's kind of hard to fit a job in. I'm trying to look for a weekend job, though, and just cut out the Saturday schools that I go to. But anyway, this video's gone on long enough, so I'm going to upload it, put it on my Facebook. Y'all can do what you want with it. Just know that Matthew Schultz is doing well, and look out, because I'm going to do something in this world. So, anyway, cheers, y'all. Much love.